So, the Age of Sigmar is upon us, and for all those who don't know, come to my channel for different things, this is a wargaming talk. So if you don't, I understand if you don't want to watch the video, that's perfectly fine. For those of you that do subscribe for that for some reason, I've only made a couple of videos, or you've stumbled upon this video by accident, welcome. I do make the occasional wargaming video from time to time, and today we're going to talk about the Age of Sigmar. But we're not going to talk about any of the rules, the lore, we're going to talk about the business. Because I'm sorry, Warhammer Fantasy players, you have to face facts. And that fact is, the sales of Warhammer Fantasy Battles was, I believe, from 12 to like 14%. I mean, at generous, I'll give it 15% of GW's business was Warhammer Fantasy Battles. The rest is pretty much 40k. And I'm sorry, but something had to be done. And as much as people are annoyed that they got rid of it and that there isn't a 10th edition, which is what people wanted, it would have been so complicated, and that's the problem with it. It's become so complicated. There was no chance they could have written a 10th set of rules that could have satisfied everyone and brought people back into the game, because let's face it, they had to make it simpler, which is what they've done with Age of Sigmar. I was at Warhammer World and I played the demo game, and I have to say it was incredibly simple, and that is going to bring a lot of people into the game. Not only that, you can have literally models. Your army can literally range from a group of 5 to versus thousands. It can be as big or as small as you wanted to, and unfortunately the original Warhammer really didn't accommodate for that. It was, you either go big or you go home. And unfortunately that presents another barrier for entry, which again stops people walking into it. You look at your average, or what used to be the average now, and you see people selling off all their models. As I say, remind to everyone, you can still use all those models in the new Age of Sigmar stuff. There's nothing stopping you. And guess what? It's all free. All the rules, all the war scrolls for the units are all free. And I'm sure you've all seen the video of doing the rounds of the guy who literally burns his army. Just that's how upset he is. But I'm sorry, it makes so much more business sense for what GW have done with Age of Sigmar. Easy to understand rules. Literally, you roll to attack, you roll to penetrate. If you penetrate armor or not, you've got an armor save, and that's it. And then you've got special abilities, and that is it. It is simple as can be. And that will bring in a whole lot more people into the game, into the hobby, which is at the end of the day what you want. Because as I said at the start of this video, GW's sales for Warhammer Fantasy was between about 12 to 14, around about 15% of their business came from Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And I'm sorry, something drastic had to be done, and I cannot blame GW at all for what they've done with Age of Sigmar. Indeed, it's turned out, I think, to be rather good. It looks very attractive to new people coming into it, and I have to say, to a lot of the old people freaking out, give it a go. I generally seriously think you should give it a go, give it a play, and see what you think. And if you don't like it, well, 9th edition isn't going anywhere. You can still play it. Heck, I know some people that still play 7th edition because they didn't like 8th or 9th edition. So, I fail to see what people's anger and frustration. I know people are annoyed that they've taken out Slanesh, but I understand why they've done that. we'll see, because GW is now going to be really pushing Age of Sigmar and all the, you know, the fancy units that will surround that. And if Age of Sigmar doesn't pan out within the next 2 or 3 years, probably give it more than that, 3, 4, 5 years, they will just get rid of it. They will just stop supporting it. And they won't bring Warhammer Fantasy Battles back either, I'm afraid to say. So you either support it or you don't at the end of the day. And, you know, that's business, unfortunately. You go with whatever, you know, sells the most product. And unfortunately, unfortunately, or, you know, successfully probably for me, you know, 40k is the product that sells. And then even that's got its problems, but, you know, that's another video for another time.